Hey there, boys and girls. Welcome back to Waving Wires Old Iron. This is my intro commentary slash rant, I guess. I don't know. If I look tired, it's because I'm tired. I woke up at about 3:45 this morning. The alarm was set for 5:30, but if you're up at 4, for me anyway, there's no sense trying to go back to sleep until 5 because it's not going to happen. So anyway, it's about 5 right now. Yeah. And I've been out in the field cutting up grafter wood and chainsaw. I chainsawed and cut wood from 7 o'clock until 4 o'clock with a 15-minute break. And yeah, I had a pretty long day, and I'm tired, but it's a good tired. You know what I mean? I had a video one time where I was pushing this old truck in the shop. I think that's what I was doing, pushing this old dirty dozen in here. And there was a guy commented and said, "You're too old to be pushing heavy things around." And I said, well, obviously you don't know what I do for a living. So I've been out there chainsawing on a hillside today. Seems like there's a lot of that around here. I live in the mountains, so they plant orchards right on these old steep hillsides. Some of them steep as a cow's face, you know, just going right on up. But so I go out there and go up down these hills with the chainsaw, and that's what I do. And yeah, it's a good tired. You know, I grew up in a time. Well, let me back up just a little bit. I do that a lot. I back up a lot. I'm gonna have to get a beep, beep, beep because I'm backing up. We can't get any help, and that's part of why I'm out there for 9 hours chainsawing a day, because you can't, nobody will work, you can't hire anybody. Used to, Victor would put an ad on Facebook in Spanish, and within a couple hours we'd have to kill the ad because we'd have 20 phone calls. So people wanting to work. Well, last year we put up the ad and kept it up the whole season, and not one person called, not one. Because our government can't figure out that if you keep handing people money, they won't work. And they've got all these jobs, you know, available. People, everybody's looking for help, but nobody to fill these jobs. And got all this work available, but yet the unemployment rate's way up there. And, you know, here in Washington, we had these guys are getting extended unemployment and enhanced unemployment and stimulus checks on 4 or 5 kids, and our wonderful governor made it so they didn't have to pay rent. So there's just no incentive to get up and go to work. You know, if people get a little hungry, they'll go to work. But yeah, they just they got it fixed up so nobody has to do anything. And I come from a time when men were proud. They took a lot of pride in working hard and taking care of their families, and that meant something, you know. And now it seems like, I'm not going to generalize and say that everybody or a generation or anything like that, but there's some people that are perfectly content to just sit on the couch and watch TV and get by, doing just as little as possible, just as little as it takes to get by. And I'm not saying it's right or wrong, I just can't get my brain around it. I can't wrap my brain around how anybody can feel good about that. I always felt good. I took a lot of pride in working real hard and trying to be a good provider for my family, and it felt good. And so I think they're missing out, you know. I just don't know how there's any satisfaction in sitting around doing just as little as possible. But that's how it is, and makes it hard in our business to stay in business. But Victor and I work really hard at it, and that's okay. You know, that's just how we want to do it. That's our approach. How other people want to approach it, well, that's their business. But I guess I'm done with that one. That's just something I'm dealing with, you know. It's a time. It's all different. There's all these jobs available, and nobody will do them. I called the place where I've been getting my grafting tape for the past 40 years, Pioneer Equipment in Reedley, and I used to work in California a lot, and I know the people in this store, and I have a rapport with some of the people in there. And I'll call up and say, Tina, it's Ken, and I need 4 boxes of 4mm 1-inch white grafting tape. And sure, Ken, I'll ship it out today, you know, and it'll be here in 2 days. And well, I called this year, and Tina said, we don't have any, and we're not going to get any this year. Well, that kind of makes it tough, don't it? So it's sitting out on the port, you know, it's out on a ship somewhere, and there's nobody willing to work to unload these ships, so you can't get any supplies. That throws another little monkey wrench in our works. But anyway, I've sourced some other tape, but it's, you know, you can get it from AM Leonard, but they want $5 a roll instead of $1.50 per roll. I found a place locally here that they're trying to get it, but I'm afraid, they think they can get it, but I'm afraid they're going to find out that like Tina, that it's sitting in a dock somewhere and they can't get it off the ship. So not quite sure what we're going to do. If you start biting the bullet and paying $5 a roll, you know, these guys are used to people calling up and ordering 2 rolls, and I call up and I want 500 or 1,000 rolls, and it's just not available. So I don't know. We'll see. Hey, welcome to Rat Rodding. My name's Waylon Wire, and don't ever do what we do here on this channel.
The following is just a video of an old man having some fun with something he put together with his own 2 hands. Nothing less, nothing more.
Too close. Well, I got a dwell meter, don't you? Got a dwell meter, and I'm not afraid to use it. Check this out. Let's dwell.
Oh, yeah. Dual points, dual distributors.
Dual condensers,
Dual carbs,
dual coils, dual carbs.
You're gonna need dual tanks.
Dual tanks. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we figure we used about a gallon, at least a gallon going to my mailbox and back.
A mile?
Yeah, about a mile. A mile per gallon, man.
Oh yeah, that was real funny until the price of gasoline started to shoot up, and it hasn't stopped yet. Who knows where it's going to end?
Okay, another thing that's going on, well, I don't know if it's the next step, but something that's in the works fairly soon. I had many comments of people suggesting what fuel tank to use on this thing, and I had as many different fuel tanks suggested as there were comments. Every one of them was different. Not one was the same. But I knew what I wanted in the back of my mind, and I just didn't think I'd find one, and I remembered having this thing sitting outside my shop, but I thought it was different. Anyway, I went and checked on it a couple of nights ago, and lo and behold, it's just exactly what I'm looking for. So I'm going to go ahead now and show you guys my fuel tank. There she is. Ain't that a thing of beauty? That would be kind of had in the back of my mind. I knew I had a drum, but it's sitting outside here in a certain spot that It's been for years, but in my mind I was thinking it was a 55-gallon drum, and I didn't want that. But this is perfect, and I just absolutely love everything about it. I loved it. It came from Missouri, and that's where I grew up, down the Ozark Mountains there in southern Missouri, and I love the patina. I will clear coat this like I did the cab, and that turned out so nice, and this is going to turn out nice too. Now, it has the bottom rusted out because it had some moisture in it, and it froze. It pushed the bottom out, and plus it rusted holes in it. I hammered it in the other night when I brought it in, so it would set up right. But we got holes in it, and there's a couple different things that I may do. I'm not sure yet, but Pour 15 makes a kit for treating gas tanks, and I used it on the original gas tank on the Rockabilly Rat, and man, it turned out so nice. It's got this solution you put in there and slosh it all around, and it etches the tank, and then the next coating or next solution is a white coating that you roll it all around, and it coats the inside. Now I'm talking about a tank that you don't have access to the inside other than the fill spout, and it turned out really nice. And it's a white coating, so you can see if there's any trash in the tank or whatever. But it's worked out great. I have not had any issues with that tank. So that's one thing I may do with this thing. I may cut the bottom out and treat it with the Pour 15, and then cut a new bottom and weld it in. That's one idea. And then another idea, my friend Warren suggested it, because I was looking for a tank that would fit inside this, just so I wouldn't have to deal with all that. And then he suggested a 20-gallon air compressor tank. Well, that would be perfect. Although I'd like to have 30 gallons, and I need 30 gallons, I would live with 20. So anyway, one of those two things, I can either insert a clean tank inside this thing. To find one that's fuel grade, they're kind of spendy. But if I can find an old compressor, well, actually, I did find one. There's a website where a buy and sell kind of website. It's not many people on it here locally, but it's not Facebook, it's not Craigslist, it's not OfferUp. It's something else, and I don't recall right now what it is. But I'm waiting to hear back from the guy, because he has a pretty nice compressor that's 20 gallons, and he's wanting $80 for it. Well, I'd be happy to do that. I found a round plastic one that would work, would fit, and it was $112, and then the shipping was $125, I think. So I'll just shop around, there's yard sales, and I'll find an old compressor and a tank. And plus my friend, he's kind of got a lead on one he's going to follow up. But anyway, that's one way I could do it. Would just put a nice clean tank inside it, and then weld a new bottom back onto it. Either way, I'll be putting a bottom. But Warren was here today, and he said, no, don't put a new one, just weld this one back on if you put a tank inside it. And so I'll probably do that. I'll probably just brush this up and clean it up, and just to make people wonder how it holds gas. But that's my gas tank, guys, and I'll lay it over here on the truck and kind of give you an idea of what it might look like when I get it done. I can mount it temporarily on the frame, and then later on, if I put a little bed on this thing, then I can set it in the bed. But I love the patina. I love the color. I think it's just fantastic. I think it goes well with the truck. So that's my upcoming fuel system. It'll be a while, but we'll get there.
For those of you who've been following this channel for a while, you know that I made my chassis for the V12 out of this old 1-ton horse hauler. I used the front clip and the rear end out of this truck, and then I built the center section that the cab and the engine sits on. But I sold this cab to a guy local here. He needed a cab, and I gave it to him for a really good price. And it was a rust-free cab, and that's pretty hard to find. Most of those are rusted out under the rockers, and oh, you should see Jimmy Hoffa. It's really bad. But I'm not interested in recabbing that truck, so I sold it to him. He needed it, and he brought it back to show it to me, and he did a really nice job. He built himself a nice daily driver. It's not a trailer queen. It's just something he can drive and enjoy every day. And I really like it, and I think you will too. Let's take a look. Guy should be pulling in any second. He's bringing his truck to show me. I sold him a cab a couple years ago. It was off of that white GMC 1-ton, my chassis for this thing. And he got it done, I guess. Sounds good so far. Oh, look at that. Oh, nice truck. Nice truck, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. That's pretty rare to find a cab that's not rusted out on the rockers down there.
Yeah, it turned out pretty damn nice.
Yeah.
I just basically brought her back to the old truck.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
So, is that a 3/4 ton?
No.
No? It's just got
I
big,
did some swapping on
big tires on it and sits
Disc
up.
brakes in the front.
Yeah.
And I got a little oil leak I see there dripping now. Anyway, I put disc brakes on the front.
Yeah.
So to put the disc brakes, I had to go to a 16-inch rim.
Okay.
So I said, hell, I'm going to make her look beefy.
Oh, yeah, it does.
So I put
It
some
does.
nice tires and wheels on it.
Yeah. So is it 4-wheel drive or no?
No, it's 2-wheel.
No? Well, it sure looks like it.
It
doesn't
does.
It beefed it up all right.
Yep.
Well,
Well, good ground clearance when I take it up driving in the hills.
sure. Well, that turned out real nice, Gary.
Yeah, I've got a lot of work to do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they always go.
Got a old 350 Chevy.
Yeah.
Bin board 30 over. Got it from a guy over Spokane for $100.
There you go.
Damn good deal too.
There
It was,
you go. Boy, it's got quite a
I built
reservoir on
that.
it.
I put that on there.
Yeah.
I wanted the front disc brakes. I had to
Sure. Get
a
your
little more
proportioning
power.
valve. And
have everything. I just basically went through and cleaned it up and put it all back together.
everything looks big on it. Even the alternator looks big. I don't know why.
I put on the HEI
Sure.
distributor and
Yeah.
some beefier wires for better spark. Radiator brand new.
Looks
I bought some
really.
new front fenders. I put new doors. Bought all that stuff from LMC.
You got these from LMC?
Yep.
Yeah.
Bumpers, $100 a piece.
Yeah.
Did the exhaust myself. Did
Yeah.
the interior.
Oh, you got some nice gauges
Yeah, I
too.
bought
Is
some.
that LMC?
No, I got
No?
those through a company called Dolphin.
Okay.
They're a Shark.
Yeah.
Is the name of the brand, the ones I picked out.
Really nice. What's the steering wheel off of?
That's off the truck, the original.
Oh, it is? You just cut part of the horn ring off or something?
Well, it broke.
Yeah.
Let me open that door up
Yeah.
for you. You can crawl in there and take a look.
Yeah.
Actually bought a tilt steering wheel.
Oh, nice.
$700 tilt steering wheel.
Yeah. Well,
Raised
good.
the seat up a little bit because my long legs. I
Yeah.
didn't want to have to lift it up.
Well, you had to go up because these are
Yep.
kind of short,
Yep.
these cabs. My 73 is 3 inches longer than these.
Yep.
And it's still kind of tight.
Put it
You know,
in
when
the
you-
bed a while back and
Yeah.
put the old wood.
Well, really nice, Gary.
Turned out good.
You bet. I was just impressed with that cab because most of them I see, they're rusted out down here. And
Yeah, and
that
it
thing was
a
in good
damn-
shape.
A damn nice cab.
Yeah.
Cleaned it all up. I took it out and had it sandblasted.
Mm-hmm.
And I just covered it with some paint just to keep it from rusting.
Mm-hmm.
But that rust is kind of coming back again.
Yeah.
Not in a big hurry to clean it up. I know it's just superficial.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
it's
you
just
can see
surface.
that,
A
you
little
know,
bit of surface rust. Yeah. Yeah. A
These
little.
are holes I have to repair and
Yeah.
fix. And
Yeah.
I got dings and that's another thing. I didn't know you were such a social guy, Waylon. Till 2 nights ago,
Really?
honest to God, man. I was looking on the internet and I was watching some YouTube stuff, and I saw this truck said 1 mile a gallon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch that. Turn it on.
Yeah.
And I saw the truck, and I
think I know that guy.
I recognize that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been on YouTube for 14 years.
Didn't know that.
Yeah,
I had no idea.
My
this
little
old country
32
boy.
Chevy that I built out there, my Rockabilly, it's on the whole builds on YouTube. At Dojulac, it's all on YouTube, the whole thing.
Exactly, and that's the thing. I didn't realize you were so into that social media. Like I say, I thought you was just a old country boy
Well,
up
I
there in
am.
the hills. I know
I
you
am,
are, but
yeah.
what I'm saying is,
I'm a high-tech redneck.
there you go.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, she turned out real nice. I like her. It's fun to
I
drive.
do too. I like it.
I got to do some work. My speedometer's off about 17 miles an hour.
Yep.
I got a hold of a company over in Tacoma. They're going to build me a box that'll adjust that.
Okay.
17 miles.
What do you got? What do you got in it? 4-speed?
4-speed, the old Muncie 420 SW. I had to research that too because I didn't know what I had. I was looking for that little gearbox that screws into it.
Right.
I was going to change the gear to see if that changed it. Found out that one tooth only changes about 1 mile an hour. And I said, well, forget that. So, but yeah, I went through all the doors and seals and the bed. It's completely gone through.
I might get a hold of that, or get the name of that company, because my tack is off. I put a cable tack on this thing.
Yeah.
And it's off a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
Tacoma speedometer.
okay. Because it says that it's running, it idles at 300. Well, we know it's not. And I put my tack on it. I got a dwell meter. I'm one of the few guys that still got a dwell meter. But I put that on there and it shows the tack, and it's idling about 8. So I'm off just a little bit.
Yeah.
But probably not off that much once you get it up, because I drove it the other day. First drive, that video you saw, that was the first time I drove it down the road, and the tack never got above 1,000.
Right.
So that thing redlines at 2,400, but I never get anywhere near that. I got so much torque and so many gears, I just don't need to wind it up.
Yeah, I was noticing.
Well, really nice, really
Turned out
nice.
great.
Thanks for bringing it up, Gary. I wanted to see
mentioned
it.
to you, and like I
Yeah.
said, I was thinking about it, and I've been driving it now, and like I say, it's only got 166 miles on it.
Yeah.
It's basically everything that was original.
Sure.
And then I put on, like I said, new fenders. I bought new door shells. The hood's the original hood. The grill and stuff's all original. I put on some new rings and stuff because all my plastic in there, I couldn't adjust my headlights. The bumpers, I had an old steel bumper on the back with a hitch on it, and it looked gaudy. And I thought, I'm just going to buy a couple of bumpers, and they were $100 a piece. But it's got power brakes in the front, the shoes in the back. I did all the brake lines.
Well, I like this. A lot of them were just white, so this was a kind of a
aluminum
little upgrade, you know.
It was kind of beat up, so I kind of like pushed some of the dings out.
Yeah,
I had the rear end done up at Nitro in Cashmere. You know what I'm talking about?
I've heard that. I've heard the name.
Damn good people. And he stepped up my gears in the rear end, so I got longer gears for the highway.
Oh, okay.
And like I say, it's just a damn nice little truck, and I enjoy it. The
Well,
engine was bored 30 over, so I took it all apart when I got it, just checked it out. There wasn't wear on any of the lifters. There wasn't wear on anything. So I put it back together and found one of the head bolts was stripped out, so I helicoiled that.
Yep.
I was going to put headers on it, so I got a brand new set of headers, but they were too close to the power wires for the heat on
So
them.
you got the ram horns on
I put the
there?
ram horns on there.
Yeah.
And then I
Oh,
welded
those are
off
good anyway, you know.
Yeah, they are. I welded off and made my own exhaust pipes. I went down and talked to that muffler guy down here on the south end. And he said, you ought to put a crossover on that exhaust to make them sound better, but I'll let you be the judge of that. See how they
Yeah, well, I commented on coming up the road. I said, well, it sounds good already. It's not here, but it already sounds good.
The exhaust ends right here. Got a little bit of blue. I think the heads, I didn't do anything with the heads except put them back together and rebuild them.
Well, it looks past those little valves, those little seals. That's all it
I was
is.
gonna know them out
And that's Chevy. That's just part of a Chevy.
Yeah.
You know,
Just a little
nothing
bit
wrong with
blue.
that.
You can smell it.
Yep.
It's the oil. It's not the ring. It's the oil.
So you got twin pipes on it. Yeah, it
dropped out,
sounds
like I said, they dropped
sounds
out
good.
Right here. Got two Walker 20-inch or 24-inch.
Here's something the young guys don't know anything about.
Yeah, the blue dot. Yeah.
Yep.
Buddy of mine.
I'm old enough to know about those.
Do you know a guy, or did you know a guy named Stan Smitty?
No.
Stan Smitty was an old hot rodder up there in Manson area. Had an old 1940 Plymouth. And one night he was taking a buddy home, and another friend came around the corner, and he rolled over, and they both got thrown out of it. Didn't have safety belts. Stan Smitty told me about those old blue dots, and I'd seen them in some of the old cars back in the old days.
Yep.
And I saw these on the internet and said, I'm gonna get me a set of those.
Well, they used to be, you know, the old Mercs had them a lot. They did them a lot. Yep.
Yeah, it sounds
I think it sounds good.
good. It sounds real nice.
Nothing wrong with that.
Not at all.
Doors shut good.
Still got a ways to go.
Oh, yeah, they always have ways to go.
Yeah, I got a long way to go. I'm not going to worry about the paint right now. Like I said, I put probably $10,000 to $12,000 into it already.
Yeah.
And it's all good to go for driving and riding.
Well, see, I got no use for trailer queens. I want to drive my rigs.
Exactly.
You know? I always say the only time mine's going to be on a trailer is when I break it, and I'm going to break it because I'm going to drive it.
That's it.
You know.
That's it.
Yeah.
This is not going to be something that is a show truck. It's
No.
a daily driver. I'm going to drive it up and down the road every day. I'm going to haul shit in the back.
That's the thing.
I'm going to love it. It's a good truck.
Yeah, I enjoy it. You know, I've got my old 73 square body out there that I bought in 1986, and I'm still driving it, and I still, if I need to take it out grafting, I throw some chainsaws in the back, and you know,
How long
it's
you been a
3/4
grafter?
ton, and I use it.
How long you been a grafter?
I'm starting my 41st season commercially doing it for a living.
Okay.
The very first grafting I ever did was in 1974.
Okay.
Down in Royal City. I had a lot of mouse damage that year, and the guy I worked for taught me how to bridge graft over mouse damage. And so I've been doing it for a while.
Sounds like me and truck driving. I've been a truck driver for 43 years. I drive for Cisco now.
Yeah.
I used to drive for Wells and Wade Fruit, and I've been driving semis and doubles. And
Okay, I think I got enough gas to go down, partway down my driveway. Turn around. Let me see here. Yeah. In the last video, when I turned around at the gate down there, and I was talking about how this thing's really not as bad as people think. As far as 40 acres to turn it around, you know, that's what people just like saying that, you know, it's really not that bad, but that's what people want it to be. They want it to be hard to turn around, and they want it to be hard to steer, but it really steers real nice and easy. And I hate to break it to you, but the turning radius is about the same as it was on that 1-ton truck. This is actually, the wheelbase is actually only 5 inches longer than my 1.5-ton truck out there. And it's this vehicle's 2 inches shorter than that Hertz that I had. It's just deceiving because the cab sits 4 feet further back than it normally would. So that's why it looks so long, but actually it steers and drives and turns just like a regular 1-ton. And I'm going to show you what I mean, because I'm going to take it for a little drive, and I'm going to turn it around in a tight little spot down there by that old truck. I won't even go down to the gate. So let's go for a ride. Get in, sit down, shut up, and hang on. Okay. I think you guys can ride right there. And I'll show you. We'll go down in the driveway, and I'll turn this thing around, show you how easy it really is.
Out of gas already? What's going on? Well, I've been moving that fuel pump around and I pulled the power wire loose on it, so lost my fuel pump. That's what happened. Fellers, that's going to wrap it up. Now, I expect to see you guys on the job site. And don't be one of these guys that comes rolling in at 7 o'clock and then has to get out of the car and get your tools and your gloves and then you mosey into the road along about 7 minutes after. No, no, no. Be there at 10 before 7. Get your coffee drink, get your gloves on, get ready, and be standing there with your foot patting, boy. Just ready to get into that road and go to work at 7 o'clock. All right, let's do it.